Hi there, my name is Shelby, and this is my English final project. I will be explaining what I learned in Comp 1 in two parts, so let's roll to the first one. I will be going through what I learned in Comp 1 using song lyrics. Welcome to Carpool Karaoke with Shelby. First things first. It's not as easy as it seems.
But it's a process, I know it's a process.
Yeah, we're doing things a little different round here.
It's all the process that is really quite precise.
Next thing you know,
We learned how to remember a story, which might sound like this.
Funny how it seems like yesterday. As I recall, you were looking out of place. Gathered things that slipped away. No time at all. I followed you into the hall. Cigarette, daydream. You were only 17.
I wrote about
The story of my life. I'm next up. Clarity, clarity, clarity. Clarity, clarity. Everything simplified. Leave it all behind. Everything simplified. All we need is nothing more. When everything simplified.
Wish I could explain it better. Don't blame me. Requires active and passive.
Thank you for that, Shelby. That was beautiful. So now I will be covering what I learned in writing a profile. So the main reason you write a profile is to document a person's successes. So normally this is for like historical purposes. When we wrote our paper, we conducted an interview. So obviously we had to craft these interview questions in a way that would help us be informed and prepared for the paper we were going to write in whatever subject or successes we were going to write on. And then also just creating the narrative in the paper. So you had to choose a theme, and that kind of revolved around what questions you asked, as well as the person's successes, and just having vivid descriptions in your paper. So I talked about my dad and what he does for work. It was a really informative paper on just about what the North Dakota Forest Service does. So that's what a profile paper looks like. Now let's move on to the next one. The next thing we learned about was MLA format. So there are two main things in MLA format. The first one is an in-text citation, and the second a works cited bibliography. You also have to have in the top left-hand corner of the first page of your paper your name, teacher's name, date, and class, as well as in the upper right-hand corner page number alongside with your last name. And those are the basics to MLA formatting. Let's go to the next topic. Ooh, I'm a little cold after that one. So the next two things we learned about are pronoun case and parallel structure. So if you don't know what a pronoun is, it replaces a noun in its name. So she, her, they, them, he, it, all of those. So in pronoun case, there can be subjective, objective, and possessive. So we learn the difference between those, as well as parallel structure, which kind of ties in. Parallel structure is when you use the correct nouns, pronouns, and verbs so that they align and match together to create a good flow and rhythm of a sentence. Our final two papers were explaining a concept and analyzing and synthesizing opposing arguments. So with explaining a concept, it's kind of like a step-by-step paper. We had pictures that demonstrated things, and it just really was an in-depth paper describing one specific thing. Analyzing and synthesizing opposing arguments, we picked one controversial topic, and we stayed non-biased while writing our paper, and we talked about one side of the argument and the other without favoring a certain side. As well as that, we learned how to annotate a bibliography, which would help us with our research. Let's go find some interviewees to see what they think about Comp 1. Very thoughtful. Thanks, guys. What do I think about Comp 1? I think Comp 1 has greatly improved the quality of my writing. I also think that Mrs. Ballinger is an amazing teacher, and I have loved every second of class with her. I can't wait to see what semester 2 of Comp 2 will bring, and I hope that I will improve my writing even more.